Welcome back to the channel, coin collectors and curious minds alike. Today we've got an absolutely fascinating story that will blow your mind, because we're diving deep into one of the rarest and most shocking numismatic phenomena of the modern age, a tiny copper-plated treasure that caused ripples across the coin collecting world and even casual enthusiasts when it was revealed that a humble 2006 1-cent coin, a penny, was sold for an unbelievable and staggering $58 million due to a combination of minting errors, production mistakes, and mind-boggling rarity. And in this deep dive we're going to explore exactly how a coin originally worth just 1 cent could reach such astronomical value, the background of the minting process that led to these errors, what those mistakes actually were, the unique features that experts identified, the theories around its creation, and why this particular coin has become a legend in the world of rare collectibles. So stick around, because this is not just about a small coin, it's about how even the tiniest details in minting history can become national treasures. So let's jump right in and start by understanding the basics. Because the 2006 1-cent coin that reached such an exorbitant valuation wasn't just your average penny, not even your average era penny. And while era coins have been known to fetch thousands or tens of thousands in rare circumstances, the $58 million price tag catapults this specimen into a whole different universe of value and intrigue. And it all begins with how the coin was minted, what metals were involved, what dyes were used, and the precise moments of error that combined in an almost alchemical fashion to birth a penny that now stands among the most valuable coins ever recorded. So first we must look at the United States Mint's standard operations in 2006. A year when the penny was supposed to be struck in copper-plated zinc, with a 97.5% zinc core and 2.5% copper coating, using standard dies that portrayed Abraham Lincoln on the obverse and the Lincoln Memorial on the reverse. But something went terribly, or magnificently, wrong in this case, and that's where the story takes a turn toward the spectacular, because when numismatists first examined this coin, they immediately noticed several anomalies, some that were microscopic and others that were plainly visible to the naked eye, such as misaligned die strikes, doubling in inscriptions and design elements, incorrect planchet composition, and even evidence suggesting a hybrid error involving multiple mints, which is virtually unheard of and has never been documented on another penny in recorded history. And according to detailed examinations using scanning electron microscopes and X-ray fluorescence spectrometry, the planchet used for this coin was not composed of the expected zinc and copper mixture, but instead bore traces of solid copper and even foreign metals like nickel, magnesium, and traces of gold, leading many experts to believe this could have been a test strike or possibly a coin struck on a leftover planchet intended for foreign currency, adding a deeply mysterious layer to its origin story. And if that weren't enough, the coin also features doubling on the date 2006 on the word Liberty, and around Lincoln's eye, classic signs of a double die error, but not consistent with any known double die varieties from that year, implying that this coin may have been struck with a unique or experimental die. Perhaps one that was never meant to be used in production, or one that malfunctioned spectacularly during the striking process. And there's more, because the reverse of the coin shows severe misalignment, almost as if the design shifted downward during minting, cutting off the base of the Lincoln Memorial and distorting the legend, United States of America. But that's still not the most bizarre part, because within the folds of Lincoln's coat on the obverse there appear to be tiny raised dots and patterning that some speculate to be residue from an improperly cleaned die or even a foreign object that was pressed into the die during striking, introducing yet another layer of uniqueness to this one-of-a-kind coin. And while minting errors do happen and aren't always valuable, since millions of coins are produced and errors are statistically inevitable, what makes this coin so valuable is the staggering combination of errors, each of which on their own could potentially elevate a coin's worth into the thousands. But together they create an unparalleled rarity. And then comes the mystery of where this coin was found, how it came into the hands of collectors, and why it was eventually authenticated by multiple grading agencies including PCGS and NGC, all of whom confirmed its authenticity and graded it at the highest possible mint state despite the errors, which are seen not as flaws but as historical and production anomalies that elevate its significance. And the story gets Even more intense when you consider the speculation that this coin might have been struck intentionally as part of an internal mint experiment, or as an unauthorized test by a rogue employee, something not unheard of in mint history as shown by past examples like the 1974 aluminum penny or the 1933 double eagle, both of which had unusual and controversial journeys involving legal challenges, government intervention, and intense collector interest, and in the case of this 2006 penny, no other. Examples have surfaced, leading experts to agree that this might very well be the only one of its kind, the result of an extraordinary confluence of chance, error, and perhaps intentional meddling, which elevates it beyond simple minting error and into the realm of true numismatic legend. And let's not forget the symbolic aspect of the penny itself, a coin often overlooked, sometimes discarded, yet so historically rich and embedded in American cultural and economic history that a single cent, bearing the image of Lincoln, a president symbolic of unity and change, becomes a poetic encapsulation of how small things can have unimaginable worth, and in the case of this coin, worth not just in material terms but also in historical and cultural value, as it now lives on not just as a monetary curiosity but as a symbol of how unpredictable and rich the world of coin collecting can be. And as collectors and historians dig deeper into its origins, its metallurgical profile, and its journey from mint to market, theories abound, from simple mechanical failure to complex intentional strike, even involving unused foreign blanks or specially reserved error dies that somehow made their way into the regular production line, though no definitive explanation has emerged, which only deepens the mystique surrounding this penny. And the truth is, sometimes the most valuable coins are those that come with more questions than answers. And as long as no second example emerges, this coin stands alone in a class of its own, not only because of its bizarre composition and striking anomalies but also because it survived it all, escaped detection, and found its way into the open market where its uniqueness was finally recognized, authenticated, and ultimately celebrated. And the story of this coin serves as a reminder that incredible value can hide in plain sight, that the world of numismatics is full of hidden treasures waiting to be discovered, and that sometimes it only takes one astonishing, inexplicable anomaly to create a sensation so grand that it captures the imagination of collectors, experts, and enthusiasts worldwide. So the next time you glance at your change or find a penny in the couch cushions, take a closer look, because you never know what rare and wonderful surprises might be hiding in something so ordinary, and who knows? Perhaps you'll be the next to uncover a once-in-a-lifetime minting marvel. And with that, thank you for tuning in to another episode of Rare Coin Wonders. Don't forget to keep your eyes open, your curiosity alive, and your pennies close, because the next incredible discovery might just be one coin away.